1 2 1 2. There it is. Oh yeah. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Okay, 6 days ago. 6 days ago. 6 days ago. 1 2 1 2. There it is. 1 2. Check 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 check. All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Sure Shannon Show. The Sure Shannon Show. Sure Shannon Show. The Sure Shannon Show. Where's my effect? See, the Sure Shannon Show. Show. My effects ain't working. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Hey. Hello. 1 2. Where parameter 1 2. What? There it. Microphone. Hey. 1. All right. Hey. 1 2. 1. Test it. 1 2 1. Hey. 1 2 3. Hello. Hey. 1 1. Hey. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Hey. 1. Hey. Hello. 1 2. Check. 1 2. Hello. 1 2. Hey. Hello. 1 2. Auto, see, radio voice. Putting on the hits. Tremolo. 1 auto. Oh, I hear it. Why? Hey. 1 2. Hey. 1 2. Check. 1 2. Hey, how you doing, Jaden Griffin? What's going on now? Sitting here playing my effects on my board. 1 2. Hey. This is your host with the most on the radio. I'm good. Me and Max Charles watching Kansas City highlights. The Chief highlights. Hey. Oh, I'm gonna do that. 1 2. Distortion. This is pitch change. Hello. 1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2. Hey. There it is. 1 2 1 2. So Jaden Griffin says, I'm good. Me and Max Charles watching Kansas City highlights. Still hoping they will win in the highlights. Hey. 1. Hey. So you think y'all going back to the Super Bowl again? Y'all gonna make it back? Are you sure? Hey. Microphone. Check. Hey. Once. Jaden Griffin says, he think the Chiefs gonna win it and make it back to the Super Bowl. So what if the Chiefs don't make it back to the Super Bowl? Then what? Maybe we might go back. All right, shut down. Yep. 1, 2, 1, 2. Good old Chiefs. They might. I don't know. I know the Eagles will make it back. I got a good feeling the Eagles going to make it back. If they don't make it back to the Super Bowl, I'm turning them into. You're really gonna turn your TV off and go to sleep. You know you ain't gonna do it if you already be laying there looking at your phone. I usually don't watch the Super Bowl. Okay. Hey. Dun 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 dun. That is great. Boom, 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 boom. Yep. So I'm always working Super Bowl hours. So there's a lot of that's getting extra money in. Sports bar is busy. Me making drinks. Yeah, I guess they make a lot of extra overtime making money. Money. What do people do for money? Well, who knows? Chiefs might make it back, but I think this season will be a little different. I heard they're going to start calling plays different or something because, Mahomes really showed his butt last season. He just came off like he was untouchable. Mahomes. Mahomes is not untouchable. That's for sure. Heard some of the players got in trouble after the Super Bowl. Some of the players on the Chiefs team. Let me look it up. Let me look. Hey, what's up, Kid P? How you doing now? I appreciate you coming in. Yay. So let's see here. Jaden, KC Chief, KC football players got in trouble. You say you're tired. Yeah, I know that feeling, man. Working long day, long hours. That'll do it to you, man. Putting them long hours in, just Several Kansas City Chiefs players have faced legal trouble recently. Rashee Rice is facing charges related to high-speed car crash. In Dallas that involved multiple vehicles, including allegations of aggravated assault. Xavier Worthy was arrested on domestic violence charge in Texas, but the charges were later dropped. Additionally, Isaiah Buggs was released by the team after multiple arrests. Wow. including one for domestic violence and another for animal cruelty. Offensive tackles Wayne Morris and Chuckawoo Bucker or Godric were also arrested on misdemeanor marijuana possession charges. Wow. Hey, what's up? Yoro hate. Yoro. Yo Joe, Yoro. That's crazy, man. Did the suspects in the Kansas City Chiefs fans' death plead not guilty? Jordan Willis and Ivory J. Carson pleaded not guilty during their arraignment in connection with the deaths of 3 Kansas City Chiefs fans who were found dead. I said, what? I'm doing all right, Yoro. I appreciate you coming in. How you been feeling today? How you feel? Who are the 3 men who froze to death in Kansas City? So 3 people were discovered outside the home of Jordan Willis in the Clay County portion of Kansas City around 10 p.m. on January 9, 2024, 2 days after the men watched the Kansas City Chiefs beat the Los Angeles Chargers. That's crazy, man. In the hospital still. Okay. Well, we're getting better. Healing up, getting better. Living it up. It's Friday night. Living it up. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Chief. 3 people. This is crazy stuff, man. Yeah, but the Chiefs, I don't know. They might make it back. I know. I know the Eagles gonna do everything they can to get back to the Super Bowl again. I'm fine. My friend is in here doing surgery. I'm in his support. Good deal. Always good to have a good friend there for support, backup. Good to have somebody right by your side. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I know what hospitals. Sometimes they might have good food. Sometimes they not. I guess depends on where you at. Like burger might be all right. They might have a little steak or whatever. A little salad. Usually it's all right. It's not always bad, but you don't know what the hospitals bring the good stuff. Bring me some steak and egg. I like to have some steak and egg served for breakfast in the hospital. Give me some steak and egg. Let me get some shrimps. Some cocktail sauce. Let me get some catfish, from fried catfish and green beans and some pork and beans and some collard greens. And I'm good, And if they serve that at the hospital, I hang out all the time now. Some fried catfish and greens. Watch. That's gonna be They're gonna start putting that on the menu for patients. Fried catfish and collard greens. If I was in the hospital, I'd probably have been sleeping all day and wake up like yeah. It's relaxing too. Got the nurses bring you meal, lunch, breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever. You got a TV, got a nice cozy bed, take you a good nap. Yeah, wake up. Bam. It's lunchtime. Wake up. Then it's dinner time. Boom. In the Jello. That's thing. Now I give the hospitals credit. Good Jello. I don't know something about having good Jello. They get the Jello right. I think most of the time. I don't think I ever had bad Jello from the hospital or like a food place like not K&W, but it's MCL. But like those food places, cafeteria places, the Jello always come out right. I don't think I've had any bad Jello. I even had the Jello with the fruit in it. You know, the grapes. You see the grapes and the peach in there. You know, fruit cocktail. Well, the peach, grape in there, pear all chopped up inside of the Jello, which is really good. I like the red Jello, red, orange, and the green Jello is good too. Red, orange, yellow. I think I've seen them red, yellow, orange, green Jello. Hey, what's up, Zarian? Zarian, what's up? So what's the exciting news? The exciting news. On my own, as I walk through this winter wonderland, not knowing my right foot from my left, my hat from my glove, I get nasty. So what's this? What's the exciting news? Let me type it. What's on my own as I walk through this winter wonderland? On my own. I'll fall. Yeah, congratulations on that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, congratulations. Yeah, congratulations. Yeah, that's a big deal. Got your album done and everything. Uh-huh. Uh-uh. Oh, almost done, you say. That's cool. I know you put a lot of work into it, you know. That's a good feeling. You work on something real hard and it's almost done. And, you know, going through the process of getting it done, you know, feel fulfilled, you know, you done something, you know, got something productive, useful out of it, learning experience, you know. I'm following. I'm following. That's always a good feeling. You do something you feel good about, you got something accomplished, you know. Yep. It's a good feeling in the world. You're on top of the world, top of the world, top of the world, top of the world. You know, IHOP, I saw IHOP in there. IHOP is a good place. International House of Pancakes. IHOP, you know, only thing I didn't like about IHOP is you go in there and they put it automatically take the gratuity 10% or whatever. Wait a minute. That's automatically. It's like no ifs, ands, buts about whoosh, we taking it. I don't know if they still do that or not, but I know it was jacked up that first time I went to IHOP years ago. Mm-hmm. They already included a gratuity in there. They don't ask you nothing. Nope. This is how it is. It's like, man, that's just messed up. Taking extra money, you know. As a wonder they still in business too, you know, pulling that stunt. We're gonna take a gratuity out the gate. We're gonna take this out the gate. Love it or leave it. I'm about to leave it, you know, because that ain't how I roll. I've been to IHOP maybe twice. Okay, man, food court. Yeah, that IHOP something else. You know, the food actually ain't bad, but it's just that good. You know what? Let me look that up because you know I really don't appreciate. You know, I've been meaning to tell IHOP how I feel about that automatic gratuity. Hey man, I don't play that IHOP gratuity. Here it is, gratuity policy. IHOP, like most restaurants, relies on gratuity tips to supplement the relatively low wages of its wait staff. While there is no mandatory policy, it's generally expected that customers will tip a portion of their bill, typically around 15 to 20%, depending on the service. Tipping is discretionary. IHOP, like other restaurants, does not have a policy that mandates tipping. It's up to the customer's discretion. Wait a minute. Standard tipping practices. In the U.S., it's customary to tip wait staff a percentage of. But wait a minute. That's I don't like but I remember we went. It was a bunch of us. We went to eat, and it was saying on there automatically gratuity is like at least 10% out the gate. Sure did. They just slid. They just happened to slide on there. Yeah. Oh hey, how you doing, Mama? Yeah. I go by the service I get for as the tip they get. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 'cause I don't like that. The gratuity. Are you doing all right, Mama? Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Yeah, their food. You say their food is nasty. Sarah. Only been maybe I think at least twice, 2 or 3 times at the most. I've gone to IHOP. I always like Waffle House. I like Denny's too. I like Denny's. Around here we got a Denny's. It's a Denny's. I've been to a Denny's drive-in as well. You can go inside, but there's also a drive-in as well, a drive-through. Yeah, drive-through at Denny's. Yeah, you can order at the window. Yeah, which is really cool. I did it once. I couldn't believe it. Go to. I never heard of Big Boys. What? Oh wait, Big Boy. Isn't it like Shoney, the little kid, the red and white overalls? He got his hair like Clark Kent, that swoosh, that curl, whatever. I think that's Big Boys. Yeah, yeah. Well, back home it was Shoney's, but yeah, I think it started Bob's. Yeah, big boys. Matter of fact, I got a big boy bank now. But yeah. Oh, yeah, my mom said yes. Yeah. Okay. But yeah. But yeah. But I like Denny's. Yeah, I like Denny's. I've been to Denny's. Yeah, Denny's had the drive through. I've never been to Big. Yeah, Big Boy's got some good food. That food is really good. Cause back home it was Shoney's, and I think I loved about my mom, my folks. We would go to Shoney's on Sundays, and it wasn't too far from the house either. Maybe like 20 minutes away, if that, 10, 15 minutes away. We go on down there to Shoney's on Sundays, get that breakfast buffet. Oh, see, that's one of the things I miss when I'm back home. It was so much stuff was better. It's like, man, just stuff around here just they ain't got enough flavor or soul around here. It's just, I don't know. Hey, what's up, Kim? Kim is in the building speaking. She said, hello, everyone. Let's see here. I never been to Denny's. Denny's is good. I like Denny's. Now, I've been to Denny's plenty more times than I have to IHOP. Because IHOP, I don't know. The food ain't bad, but I just don't, I just didn't like it like that. But Shoney's, yeah, we would go to Shoney's for breakfast all the time. Denny's, isn't it? Dog. Really? I love Denny's. I guess everybody tastes it different, but I love Denny's. Denny's and Shoney's. Kim said, I'm enjoying the playoffs. Who all in the? I know the Pacers in the playoffs. Wait, the Knicks in the playoffs? Now don't tell me the Knicks in the playoffs. The Knicks are conference semifinals game 2. Knicks lead 1. Right now the score is 30-46. Celtics up 46-30 in the second quarter. That's right. The Knickerbockers, little Knicks. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Hey Kim, I saw the other day they showed that picture of Scottie Pippen dunking on Patrick Ewing. The Denny's here in Ohio last night. Me and Max Charles went in. It was nasty. They didn't clean out the glasses. Ugh, it looked like hair. Oh, with hair in it. Rude waitress. Ugh. Ugh. My husband, he loves Shoney's. I love Shoney's. Kim said, you better believe it. Knicks. Yeah, Knicks ain't, I'm telling you, Knicks ain't going to win no. They ain't got enough firepower or something on that team. It's always the same thing every year. I don't know how bad the Knicks want it. Maybe it's the general manager, but I don't know. Mm-hmm. Kim, you better believe it. Mm-hmm. Griffin said that's why. Jaden said that's why we never go over here. Mm-hmm. 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 The Knicks. Jaden said, "Hey, rude waitress." Said, "Yeah, man. Oh, I'm right there with you, man. You know, you get a water. Hey, can I have another water? Because it looks like something's in my glass, something's floating, or just look dirty, or the silverware. Now, sometimes the silverware can look dirty, but a lot of times it can just be water spots on there, which I've seen. You know, but you still can ask for another silverware. If it don't look right, that's right. Ask them, hey, give me another. They got more in the back. There's somebody always washing the dishes. Oh, hey. So tell them stop playing, give me some more clean silverware, and go on back to business. Telling us to clean something out ourselves. We doing our job. I want to cut someone out. Had to WWF. Hey, I don't blame you, man. I'm telling us to clean something out. What kind of mess is that? See, that's what I'm talking about, man. That ain't your job to clean it out, you know. It's coming off from their end, not your end, you know. That's how it is, you know. And then sometimes they wonder why people don't want to give them tips, you know, to help. Because look, you get nasty service, you know. Well, you get nasty service, you ain't getting nothing, you know. Because on the thing now, because now they got the little kiosk at the table, you can do it. Or you can still probably go to the register, depends on where you're at. Kiosk or register, you know. And now, you know what? Now I'm starting to see why Steak and Shake's doing the it's been over a year or so now since Steak and Shake been doing the kiosk, because you just do the kiosk, you set your order, and then you just simply get it at the counter. You know, so they only have people around to cook the food, but there's still people who like do pickups. They'll have people go to the register and do pickups, but the kiosk does most of the work, you know, the ordering. Or you can order online and do a pickup at Steak and Shake, you know. But yeah, them kiosks, McDonald's got it too, the kiosks. I started seeing that like a year or 2 years ago at McDonald's, the kiosk, you know. And now Taco Bell got this thing too, the automatic voice. I started hearing it maybe over the summer. She'll say, hello, would you like to use the app or whatever? What she'll do is she'll take your order. Then after that, she said, does everything look complete on the screen? And then she'll ask you if you want to round it up. They get everybody's doing it now. Okay, would you like to round up such and such cent to everybody to hit you up? I tell them no. Sometimes I tell them no. I sure do. If I get the fast foods at the shopping areas, like at the craft store, whatever, like that, you want to round it up. My gosh, everybody you getting hustled on the roundups now. And my thing is with those roundups, are they really giving that money to the foundations, whatever, or they round it up and keeping it in their pocket, round right up in their pocket. Mm-hmm. 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 But yeah, me, lunch. I've been taking my lunch the last few weeks. It's so much better for me. I cut down on the fast food stuff, which ain't really good for you. Jaden said I even asked for a refund. No, sir, you can't do that. Say what? You can't do it. Finish up what you got first. I got up, left the table last night. I was so mad. Max Charles told me it's okay. And when you get in situations like that, ask for a refund. That ain't right. If you're not, that's right. Usually, a lot of time the customers is right. Sometimes wrong, but that's not right. You didn't get good service, and good service and attitude. That's too many strikes right there. And like my mama, I learned from my mama. Ask for the manager. You got to go over the workers' head. The ones who think they in charge got some kind of power, which they don't. Nope. You go to the managers or the super manager, supervisor, somebody. You go to the higher rank, the ones who are in charge over the ones who under them. Because I'm telling you, it's a lot of times like that. People who think they really in charge got some kind of power, really don't. They they think just because they working there or whatever. But nope, you go to the higher up. You go over their head because they already think they in charge probably from get-go. So you go to the supervisor, go to the manager. The rank is like it's like the same thing like with the army. You got the general, the captain, sergeant, whatever, one who's in charge, head of rank, it's a chain. Yep. But that's just dirty, man. No, sir. But yeah, that's the thing, man. They like, and I'm telling you, it's like if you ask for a refund or something, they feel like, feel like they did something wrong. They don't, it's like they taking a loss. It ain't coming out of their pocket. Kim said, good for you. We don't realize how much fast food hurts us. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Kim. Yeah. I know it's a big difference. And see, too, by me taking my lunch, and I might have some stuff. See, it's like I'm back in school, my mom, when I was going to, school, elementary school, my mom fixed my lunch, just reminds me of that, and like if I had stuff left over there, I would eat it on the way home or whatever, and it's like my same habits I picked back up on from school. I still did it the same way when I was in school. I kind of enjoy that. It's like the same way when I was in school, and it stopped me. And see, by like I might have an extra can or I might have a little tuna and crackers or something or whatever extra in my bag or a sandwich. So when I leave from work, cause I used to stop. Cause what I do was stop and get something from a fast food. If I be stop and get me a bite, but by me having my lunch buggy with me, some extra food or something in there, that stops me from stopping at a fast food. Cause because what it was, we go to lunch, and then after work was over, I stopped and get me something else. So that's like I'm doubling up. Wait a minute, I put a stop to that. I know it's a difference too in the money. Yeah, my money. I know, so I'm saving more money. I saw a difference too. I was counting like, man, I do see a difference. And plus, too, bring your own food. You know what you're getting. Probably much healthier than like stopping at fast food. That's the thing. I get tired of waiting on somebody to bring it to me. Got to pull up to a drive-through and order it at somebody, who might like Jaden doing, somebody with a bad attitude. I don't have to put up with that no more. I done cut out so much stuff. I haven't been to Arby's. I haven't been to Arby's in like a month. That's for sure. I don't miss it either. I still hit McDonald's up here and there, and I used to go to McDonald's or Hardee's for breakfast, but I cut all of that out. So now what I do is, and it seems more peaceful to me, I just go to Starbucks to grab breakfast or whatever, something small, and that's it. But I'm really happy with that than versus going to McDonald's or Hardee's or whatever. I've been cut Burger King. I think this year it'll be 2 years. I haven't ate no Burger King at all, nothing from Burger King. Well, yeah, no burgers rather. Uh, 2 years with McDonald's this September. No hamburgers. That's a whole lot of stuff I cut back on. So I think I'll probably just let Hardee's go off. Now I had a burger maybe like a month ago from Hardee's or so, but I think I'll let Hardee's go. Yeah, I notice I feel a whole lot better too, because like after eating lunch, you have that lunch and that grease, and it make you sleepy. So by me cutting that out, by having my own lunch, it's not that greasy or heavy on, heavy on me after eating after lunch. I feel like I still have more energy. It ain't wearing me down. Yeah, and I feel a lot better too. You know. Yep, yep. So Jaden said, and I said, screw this. And I never going back to that dentist. It made it very clear that the waitress was like, okay, have a nice. Yeah. I came home with sleep. Yeah, man, but that's a thing too. But when you get in situations like that, what you can do is go to try to get to the manager or supervisor, ask for the supervisor or manager, or what you can do is they always got those things like, numbers and stuff. Did you feel satisfied or whatever? There's a number, or you can write them, write the headquarters or whatever, write a letter saying and get the location of the place, that you had to deal with like that, because the headquarters, they like to hear, report back, they use a lot of time the headquarters, they like, when you get it to the right people, get it to them, and report it. A lot of times they'll take care of it, the headquarters. But yeah, that's the way you do it. You just write them up, send it to the, write a letter, email to the headquarters and report the location, get the restaurant number and put it in there and, explain what happened, and send it to the big dogs. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you ain't got to take that and you shouldn't have to, because you're a customer. You should feel like you should go in, be able to order what you want. Now you even if you change your mind, make adjustments, something, but that's what they're there for. They're there to take your order, but you shouldn't have to go through that. Now, and I get it. People, the waitresses, waiters, have, sometimes, days get a little rougher than others, but still not to be like that, it ain't no money coming out the waitress pocket, Ask for the manager. Oh, sir, I can't do that. I said, okay, where's the supervisor? I can't do that. Sir, like, oh, excuse me. It just makes me really mad. Well, that's it. Well, in that case, when the manager, they should be, be able to work with you. I don't know why. What's the problem? But and still in that situation, what you should do is hit the headquarters, look for their number or whatever, email, and just email them the report that what happened at that location, the restaurant number. Don't let them make you feel like you can't do nothing now. I ain't going down for nobody. I ain't gonna take nothing off of them. But that's how you do it. You just get that number, location, and send them an email or whatever. So next time, or you still can do it. Go back since it was yesterday. Yeah, find the Danny's number. Location, whatever location that was. Yeah, send them an email, man. Tell them you wasn't happy. Tell you didn't like her nasty attitude. Well, I mean, of course, you ain't gonna say it that way. You try to put it in the right words, but it ain't right. You got to put up with that, and they won't give you no money. And what else? And that's another thing. That's why I've been cutting back because of stuff like that. You got to put up. Then people, who ones that like they such in charge, like they the big boss, which they ain't. Like they just making all the big money. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it gets annoying. That's why I see by me taking my own lunch and stuff, it makes it a lot easier on me, because I'm tired of putting up with them. So you know what? I need to go in a different direction. This time I'm gonna handle this, So now I've been hitting them up. Well, my thing, like I said a few weeks ago, I told Marlene, Miss Kim Blingbar, and Gio, they was in the stream like 2 weeks ago. I'd say two places I know that had the best service is Chick-fil-A and Starbucks for me. I never had no trouble with Starbucks or Chick-fil-A. And with Chick-fil-A, I don't care how many cars in that drive through, they keep it moving because they got their workers out there. They keep it, like a well-oiled machine. They keep it running smooth. Max Charles kept telling me, sit down, calm down. So it's Ohio, and I can't take this president wrong. I'm going to be able to yeah, you shouldn't have to go through that, man. But that's how you deal with that. Just report them. Report that location you're having the trouble. Explain, supervisor. You try to you ask for the supervisor and manager. They both wouldn't refund your money, which ain't right. Because it's not their money, it's your money. That's your hard money you spending. And why should you have to go through? That's the thing I don't get. Why do some people just make stuff so hard? They're like, they get that power, like they have some kind of power, so like, they feel like they too good to give your money back. Oh, but yeah, that's what you should do. Report them. I don't care. So nobody's scared of them. Nasty service, and that's the thing I like about Starbucks and Chick-fil-A. I've never had no trouble with them, and any of the locations I've ever been to, all the workers, they always smile, they happy, always in a good mood all the time. That Starbucks and that Chick-fil-A, they ready to ring you up. They ask you, can I take your order? Can I get your name? Whatever. They ask for a name. They always a service and service and a smile. I've never. That's why those are the main two places I stick with now. I go to Starbucks like to get my breakfast sandwich or whatever and a drink or whatever, and then I hit Chick-fil-A up. Those are the main two I hit up now. So I cut out a lot of. I still hit McDonald's up here and there, but Starbucks and Chick-fil-A are my main places to go to. I let Hardee's go, Burger King, Arby's. Arby's all right too, but sometimes I go to Arby's. Like when I come home from work, I'll stop at Arby's, and that roast beef sometimes ain't so fresh. I'm like, wait, well, what's the deal with this roast beef? Did it sit out overnight or something? Yep, so I let that go too. Yep, I let that go too. Okay, so I did leave a report and I said I hope they give out of business with their attitude. Yeah. Max told me to chill. I said, why should I? I'm sorry, but I had no, ain't nothing to be sorry about. No, ain't nothing to be sorry about, man. No. Not only that, I wasn't even done with my plate. She took my plate and said, is everything okay with you mean? I said, no, everything is not okay with me. Got my meal. You took, so she even took your meal from you. Oh, that's just dirty. Yeah. But that's the thing too. I seem like I was talking about. People feel like they got power, but it's like, some people, just I don't see it like I used to. People take pride in their work, what they do, and not make no big deal. If it's just something wrong, a lot of people. I don't see that as much. It's like it's always got to be some kind of tension. You try to explain the situation, but they ready to go off. It's like I don't know what it is, but it's like things be more sensitivity. People, it don't take much for people. The slightest thing to trigger some people. It's like they just make it harder than it should be. You should be able to just go in, get your food order. If it's not right, you can just ask nicely. Ask them nicely, can they change it? Get something, get it redid or whatever, and then you just thank them, appreciate it, but you shouldn't have to go through all them changes. That's too much. And I made a note to go back to that Denny's when you said that it triggered me. Not yeah, and that's a lot of times, sometimes things like that'll just be triggers, just don't deal with it. But not all Denny's probably, it probably that's just one location. But then you go to another location, the service just be just as good. Sometimes I think just depends on where you go to, because not all of them are the same. You actually get some good service. Some are bad, some are good. But it just shows you, like with Starbucks and Chick-fil-A, I think they have a better standard. They train they workers, employees a lot better. It's obvious because I've seen McDonald's. None of them don't hold up to the same standard as Chick-fil-A or Starbucks. I said I made a note not to go back. Yeah, okay. Hey, what's up, Max? All right, me and Jaden did. Yeah, I heard you got nasty service. Hey, Grace. Yeah, that's messed up, beat up, man. Yeah, that's just messed up. But yeah, I've been there, It's like, my gosh. Can't just trying to have a nice, easy going day, but it gets like that. But yeah, you should just make a note and report it, and not just like fast food, but also like grocery stores too, locations go everywhere, I'm sure headquarters like to know how they like locations are doing whatever, the main headquarters, the people who are over all headquarters over all the locations, because you messing with their money, giving bad customer service to a customer, that's messing with their money. They don't play that. They don't play that, messing with their money. A worker messing, interfering with their money, because that's the thing I learned in the class I took. It's all about customer service. Customer service. They drill that in my head. Customer service. And that's the thing with customer service. You want the customer to feel, it's all about that good feeling, that they walked away with a good feeling. So when they come back again, they remember that good feeling. That's what keep them coming back, customer service. I think Jaden picked up the thing, what? You cut your steak, and I think took that from him. I didn't want him in jail. Oh man. Well, yeah, that's the thing. But yeah, I know. I know how it is. You don't appreciate the service, that just stinking service, nasty service. But but yeah, that's how you do it. You just send it to the headquarters, and after you deal with manager or supervisor, and they still didn't want to do anything, Kim, I love Chick-fil-A and their Chick-fil-A custom. Yeah, I love Chick-fil-A and their customer service, and Starbucks. Those top. I've never, all these years, compared to the other fast food places, I never had no trouble at all. And they got, and Starbucks, Chick-fil-A got way more customers in, and the workers be out there happy with a smile and make everything just run just as smooth. And I can't figure out how they have all these customers, and McDonald's and Hardee's and all just struggling, having the worst. It's like, it just shows you like who pays attention, who does a better job running their business, Chick-fil-A and Starbucks do a better, way 1,000 times better than other places running, fast food running better, Now, I never had no trouble with Dunkin' Donuts either. Dunkin' Donuts was all right. I think sometimes he had the young kids in there who make the coffee was screwed up, but they learning how to make coffee. But I still never had no trouble with Dunkin' Donuts. But Kim said they don't have to work on Sunday either. Yeah, they close. That's right. Chick-fil-A is closed on Sunday. Long story short, Dayton banned from that Denny's and told him it's okay. Get you. Said he wasn't hungry anymore. Okay. Jay said, I really wasn't. Yeah, it's a cool thing I guess about Chick-fil-A. They close on Sunday. Because, I'll be rolling over Chick-fil-A on Sunday. I'll be trying to go order me something. Then I had to realize, oh, wait, today is Sunday. I'll be sitting over there thinking I'm going to get me a chicken club sandwich or something. I'll be all geared up, too, on a Sunday, too. Be riding over there like I'm first one in line. And then I look around and see why I'm the only first one in line. Jaden said, I'm sorry if I said it, but no, there's nothing wrong with that. No, it's nothing wrong because I deal with it all the time too, Bad service at a food place, Burger King, that one me and Gravy went to, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Kim laughing. Yeah, the girl gave me stinking service. So me and Gravy in line at that raggedy broke down Burger King. I bet she's still over there working too with a stinking attitude. Uh, I'm down at we at the Burger King. So we both in line. I'm in front of Gravy. We about to order, and so then one of her little raggedy friends, looking me up and down. Like she wanted to do something. Little heifer, stink heifer. And I just ordered. And the girl who taking the order, I already what an attitude out the gate. Like it's my fault she working there. I don't know the situation. I'm just trying to come in, order me a burger, get my food, boom. So then Gravy come behind me. He ordered some chicken fries, whatever. And then, the girl, he said, well, don't you want me to pay for the food? And she got an attitude. And then, I usually kind of hesitant to ask for some sauce. Could I get some sauce? Then she's like, why don't you tell me you want some? Yeah, just snapped on. I'm like, my gosh. You know what? I could easily went to her, man, please. Please. Big, Oh, I could easily say that's why you working here, because nobody wants you. That stinking what you stinking there. Oh, I could have let it made me no difference, but you know what? Kim, that ain't funny, man. I wasn't trying to do nothing, but I can't my fault, if I really want to fire, I could have fired out trash talk to it'd been no thing to me to let her really go in until I really feel about her in a job. Please. There's so much stuff these people I said, but it ain't worth my time. But but I said I just made a note not to go back there. Yeah, that broken down parking lot, So I think that might have been the first time I went to that Burger King. But my gosh, her and her friend were just talking about, I'm just interrupting her little world. Please, I bet she ain't got a library card. Ask her to count to 3. I could have easily play the mind games with her. I love to play them mind games with her. Actually, count to 0. Count backwards from 0. I could please. I could have I'll run rings around her all day. I could really fire those. I mean, I said I better not. So I get going out. That's it. She ain't working, but we still got our food and ate our lunch. But I know what I made note. I ain't coming back there. But you know what? Should have reported it. I said I'm just gonna fix this. Please. I mean, if she want to act like a big shot, I could easily throw numbers in her face, compare how much I make, compare to how much money I make. If you want to play that game, I go right there with you. You want to play a big shot, I'll shut you down for real. Please. But yeah, I still didn't go there. I just got my food. So I ain't gonna play that game. But sometimes people, they want act like they're a big shot. She just throwing in my face like she was this and that. I could easily got on the under skin and hurt her. Really get in there, please. But yeah, if it ain't worth it. Yeah, I went to a store once for some gum. This guy told me that's all you got. That's all you got. I said, really? Just pay for my stuff. He was like, mind your business. Let me work. I said, say what? I went to a store once for some gum. This guy told me that's all you got. Oh, that's messed up, man. That ain't none of his business what you got. All they do is you go to the store, corner store, whatever, corner store. You ask for gum, whatever, and they give you that, and you just pay. You give your money. Ain't no question. They just they get the food, they get the gum or whatever, cigarettes. They ring it up. They tell you how much this costs. That's it. Ain't no in between conversation about your stuff. But yeah, thanks, Kim. But it's like it's like being on the basketball court talking trash. But I don't care. It ain't worth my time. I said this is first and last time I see it. It don't matter anyway. It's like a lot of times doing those jobs of people come in for the convention for those AV meeting rooms and stuff. I said it'll probably be the first and last time I see these people. Like these last few weeks ago, some of them people, the AV company is really nasty too. The AV company, not the show, the people who hired them, but the actual AV company who has equipment, the screens, the video stuff, and the projectors, the ones with the bad attitude, got the raggedy little soundboards from off of Temu for like $50. I got pictures and stuff. The equipment all broke up. The screens were breaking apart. I'm just trying to flip it, trying to open it up. The screens broken up. Max Jaw said he was like cash card. I said cash. I don't trust you with my card. He said, boy, just pay for the gum. I don't have all day now. I said, let me get my money and I'll go back. Yeah, that's right. You should be able to pay with your card or your cash. You know, they accept both. And he don't have the right to tell you he don't have the right to tell you how to pay for your stuff. I'll roll up there with a bag of nickels and pay if I want to. I'll get me a whole jar of pennies in there. Here, I'll make him count everyone. I'll count everyone right in his face just to mess with him. That's right. I'll bring a whole thing of pennies in there. That's right. I'll fix you. Trying to play a game. No, I know how to play them. I'll play them right back with you. Yeah, Kim. Temu, a little soundboard. Let me show you this little cheap soundboard at work. I'm gonna show y'all this. What this AV company I work with. And yeah, bought a soundboard off of Temu. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna show you. I'm telling you the stuff I deal with for real. Here we go. Let me find it. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find a soundboard. Well, now watch out, Gracie. Come on now. Move your big head out the way. Come on. When you move your big head. Oh, Gracie, come on, Gracie. Yeah, I'm gonna find this soundboard. I want y'all to see it too. Here it is. Bam. I'm gonna screen share it right now. I want y'all to see this soundboard, this company. I don't care. And here it is. Here's this soundboard. Oh, excuse me, it's $40. A little $40 soundboard. It's a 6-channel soundboard. And they bought this out because it's really light too. And so we are making jokes saying baby's first soundboard or a Fisher Price soundboard. Look at it. Baby's first soundboard. Look at that. Yeah. Look at that. That's tiny. You can it'll fit right in the palm of your hand almost. It's so little. Yeah, them guys bought off of it. I'm like, what kind of company is it? Now I know people buy stuff, but it worked. I mean, it could be for starters, but man, wow. See, and you know, sometimes you can tell a lot by a company how the equipment is and with the stuff they got, But look at that. Yeah, this is on Temu, a 6-channel board. It's real little. It don't weigh nothing. You can throw it around like a frisbee. Max, I tried that one time. I went to the store. We don't accept pennies. You know what? And that's the case. I'll just go somewhere else. Because some stores that like or that girl at IHOP, they always act like they're the only game in town. Man, please. There's plenty of. That's why there's a lot. That's why there's always more places to go to, more options. Because some always thinking they the baddest thing in town, the only option. Please. Or you can just do a DoorDash or whatever. Now, all these options, order online. If you don't want to deal with none of that, just order online. Or like Kroger, you can order your groceries and stuff online. Or Amazon does groceries. That's actually a good option. If you don't want to deal with people in the store, you can just simply order online. It saves you a lot of trouble. And even dealing with like Black Friday. Just order online, Amazon or wherever, So you don't have to go through that when people at the store, Just because you're behind a cash register don't mean you, all big and mighty have some kind of power. Yeah. And what right does he tell you what you can use? I mean, tell you how to spend your money. Man. And see, that's the thing too. A lot of times I don't check places too. That's why I try to go with cash at a store instead of using my card, because there's a lot of, thieves now, find a way or I don't use my card at the I always go in the store and pay cash at the register. That way I know my card ain't ringing up or whatever. I pay cash or whatever, but I don't do it at the pump, because I know there's tricks. Like people can find a way to get your numbers and stuff at the pump if you put your card in. It's a way to get your code and stuff. The thieves, you got to be 1,000 steps ahead of the thieves. The crooks out there. I remember one time me and Jaden went to a restaurant for his birthday. This guy started asking us like he wanted to do something. I was like, Jaden, just walk. Yeah, man. Sometimes that's the best thing. Fight or flight. Or call the help security, whatever, somebody, report. It's like at the movie theaters, get the chaperones, But it's always somebody just refuse to be happy, just unhappy. I like to go out in public places and take it out on people, T-Mobile. But yeah, that board. Actually, the board is cool, but I had pictures of it making fun of it. But yeah, them guys, that company, I really didn't care for them, He said my birthday was ruined. Yeah, sorry to hear that, man, because, they're dealing with. Yeah, man, that's how a lot of people are, no home trainer. They probably had home trainer. It wasn't the best home trainer, Some had like they came from the zoo. Might as well be, Want to go hang out at the zoo with the animals, Take all the rude people in the restaurants, put them all on a block of ice, just ship them off. Wait, bye. Peace out. Well, but that's how it is, That's just how some people are. You can't reason with unreasonable people. You can't. But yeah, it's been like that all the years over time. Ohio players. Yeah, man. But yeah, but I'm telling you, but that one at Burger King, that was something else though. Well, one time I was at Hardee's and I ordered a lemonade and the drink. When I got my drink, I wasn't too sure. I was kind of do a test to make sure it's right, not soda, because I don't drink soda. And it was a bad mix, whatever. And I told her, I said, this doesn't taste like what I'm telling lemonade or whatever. She was like, we don't have that. But she got real snappy at me. I was just saying it didn't taste like that. I said, can I just switch? Luckily, somebody else, another worker came in and switched out and got me switched it out, and I got something better. But she just had an attitude like, we don't have that. Like, like I'm in the wrong. Like, I don't know what you guys, but she just snapped at me for no reason because I was nice about it. I simply said, this is not right. It don't taste right. She got an attitude out the gate. I mean, right out the gate, as I was just saying, it wasn't wrong. She was like, we don't have this or whatever, I know what you're talking about, that Burger King rude. I walked out. Burger King. Mm-mm. But yeah, Burger King, burger. And, and that's the thing, too, I've noticed. It's also, now it depends on the side of town, but it's still good in all areas. But you can tell what side of town you're on when you're dealing with stuff. Because I noticed it seems like the higher you go up north, it's like more towards where the more like people with better homes and play. And I do notice that too is better too. It tends to seem like better than like versus like on the lower end, like on the say from the east side of the town. It's gonna be rough. The parking lots got holes in it and stuff. And that's the thing here about town. I've never seen so many potholes in my life in the roads. It's like It's always constantly patching the holes in the road, the potholes. It never fails. I've never seen so many potholes in my life in a town. Good. Oh, you have to play duck and dodge. It's a game you have to play every day. But I finally saw them out. They started repaving the road, but it's because of the weather. But it seems like a lot of them potholes just sit there over a year or so. So Jaden said, and this one guy talking about, oh, he's just a YouTube, he vlogs, and all they need to know that I have feelings and I'm a human and also a regular person off camera. Like, what? Kim said, Jalen Brunson just slam dunked over a guy who took the charge and got knocked down. It was no foul because the guy was inside. That's funny. Mm-mm. The Knickerbockers. Oh, the score. I see the score is down 50-68. Celtics leading. The Knickerbockers. Respect is what. Yeah, man. It's like dealing with maybe these companies who hire these people don't teach them. Maybe they obviously they don't check their backgrounds or whatever, see if they were fired from their previous job or reports, or do they? I want to do these companies report what these play if they were fired and explain and put a reason behind if they report, or maybe some people lie on the applications. Look, I don't know, but you can tell with Chick-fil-A and Starbucks, they doing something right. Celtics led by 20 yesterday, but still lost. Say what? I actually like the Celtics. Well, I know the Celtics won back in 08 or 08, 09, 08, 09, somewhere with Ray Allen. That's the last time I think they won. Ray Allen over there. Yeah. Another thing too, with people in the ride to work in the morning time, it'd be like 6 or 7 in the morning, and it's like somebody already across from me in the next lane already got their music blasting. I mean, the speakers, the subwoofers, just boom, boom. It's like, wow, people, yeah, they have it blasting that early in the morning, 6 or 7 in the morning out the gate, But yeah, man, it's like I never seen nothing like it. But some people come out the gate and just boom, 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 boom. Hey, ba-dum. Yeah, the Celtics, old school Celtics. The Knicks might win a championship, but I don't know when. But the Knicks need better players. Max Kim said, Jaden, don't start him. I'm going to have Max said, I'm like that 6 in the morning radio up in my cat and fast on 6 in the morning. Hot dog. I can't do it, man. I have my music on, or radio, but not for me. Funkin' de la la. When I was younger, me and my brothers, we wanted to start a guitar band. Boom, 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 boom. That's what I hear in the morning. Boom, boom, boom. Today's coolness Cam. Trading Chiefs fan. Yeah. Yeah, Chiefs fan. Yeah, I told you, like I said earlier, it's gonna be some things gonna change next season. Mahomes ain't gonna get his way like he used to. I predict the Eagles going back to the Super Bowl. Mm-mm. I want to see the Buffalo Bills go too. Mm-hmm. Hey, because Kim said, "Hey Max, I know." Hey. Mm-hmm. Oh, a friend I was working with at work today, he had actually had the Super Bowl hat because it had the combine, whatever. He bought from the combine for $15. The hat was like $50, but he got it for discount for like $15. It had the Eagles and the Chiefs on it, Super Bowl hat. It was a New Era hat, which I like. I love New Era brand. The Bills. Hey, Josh Allen gave it to y'all. The Bills gave it to the Chiefs. Sure did. They caught it from Josh Allen. They had no answer for Josh Allen. Fresh air. Since when? Yeah, the Bills beat the Chiefs. The Bills were at home. The Chiefs had to come on the Bills territory. The Bills gave it. Josh Allen gave it to Patrick Mahomes. Sure did. Maybe you missed that. You must have blinked out. But I'll look it up. Let me see here. Buffalo Bills beat Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills beat KC. Here it is. The first time the Bills and the Chiefs played back on November 17th. Bills 30, Chiefs 21. And then the Chiefs lucked up in the NFL Conference Championships. The final on January 26th, Chiefs 32, Bills 29. They barely won that. To be honest with you, I must have been away because it didn't. Yeah, back in November, Josh Allen gave it to him. I like old Josh Allen. You know, Doug Flutie was another good quarterback for the Buffalo Bills. Doug Flutie. He even had his own cereal, Flutie Flakes. The only way you get it was in Buffalo or whatever. Kim said, "Yeah, they didn't have their best out, and you were." Oh, wasn't it great? Mm-hmm. Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes. Mm-hmm. I wonder did he cry to his daddy that day he lost that game? He cried to his dad. You know, I bet he cried to his dad and mama. Mm-hmm. Losing the game. He cried to his wife, his folks on the phone. Sure did. And I think he might have kids. He probably cried to his kids too. Mahomes cried to his kids. Mm-hmm. As big as he is, he at home crying. Mm-hmm. Oh, I remember back because in November, remember I told you I was sick and I was, oh, okay. Yep, they sure did. They caught it. The Chiefs caught it from the Bills. Yep. Mm-hmm. Promising your love will be here from now on. There's nothing. Mm-hmm. And someone told me the Bills won. I was like, oh, that's right. That's right. The Bills won it. The Bills went to the Super Bowl 4 years in a row and lost. I couldn't believe that. Oh, I know that's got to hurt. They couldn't even pull off one Super Bowl. The Bills went, I think, 4 years. Kim said no, but you cried when you thought you was going to have to be. I didn't cry. I don't do no crying. I don't do no crying. I cry and I cry. Now, let me find it. Let's see here. Buffalo Bills went to the Super Bowl 4 times. The Buffalo Bills have been to the Super Bowl 4 times, but have never won. They lost in Super Bowls 25, 26, 27, and 28. These were the first 4 Super Bowls they ever appeared in, and they were also consecutive. That's just mind blowing. Yeah, they went 4 years in a row to the. I've never heard of a team going to same team going to the Super Bowl 4 times in a row. I've never heard of that. 4 times in a row and lost every one of them. Oh, oh, oh. So the first Super Bowl they lost to the Giants, lost to the Washington, we're now Commanders, lost to the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, so Emmitt Smith and them, dog, man. That he said, this is when I made armor clad. Yes, you do. Nobody care about the no. I like the Bills. I really do. I started watching them back in the '90s. Yeah, what who's the quarterback for them back in the '90s? I felt bad for that quarterback. Yeah, Jim Kelly. Jim Kelly. That's it. Jim Kelly was the quarterback for all those Super Bowls. Yeah, Jim Kelly. Man, I feel bad for him. Stick to your unicorn. Oh, we're gonna give it to y'all. We're gonna give it to you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I felt Jim Kelly. I felt bad for him. You know how cool that'd been if he won all 4 Super Bowls in a row. That'd been a record right there. Wow, the Bills ain't done it since. Not like that, you know. Yeah, Jim Kelly. Wow, that's crazy, Jim Kelly. You say that, but keep losing to us. Help that make sense. Does that help make sense? Mm-mm. I know. I'm saying Eagles going back to the Super Bowl. Mm-mm. I don't know. Is Travis Kelsey coming back? Because they said his numbers had declined over the years, and said last year his numbers ain't been the best. You know, Travis Kelsey, his numbers ain't been the best. Okay, no, they're not. That's right. No, they. That's right. So they're not going back. Chiefs ain't going back to Super Bowl, but no, the Eagles are going to the back to the Super Bowl. The Chiefs didn't have no answer for what's his name, Saquon, and what you call Saquon. Saquon Barkley. They didn't have no answer for Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts. The Eagles not going. I don't know. Y'all don't have no answer for Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts. Y'all ain't got no answer for those two. How good is it? I don't know how good the running back was for the Chiefs. I know what I saw what Saquon Barkley could do, and Jalen Hurts gave it to Mahomes. He gave it to him. Sure did. The Eagles are. Believe it or not, the Eagles are going to the Super Bowl. Yep. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Believe it or not, Chiefs are not going to the Super Bowl. I keep trying to tell myself. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So now the Eagles got 2 Super Bowl rings, and the Chiefs got what? 3 rings? Super Bowl. Let me see how many Chiefs got. So the Chiefs have. So the Chiefs got 4 Super Bowl rings, 4 Super Bowls. So now Eagles got 2. So Eagles gonna catch up with them. Eagles gonna win this. Come in, hopefully they win this one. Boom, get 3 Super Bowls in. So Chiefs got the Eagles by 2 Super Bowls. I think who has the most? Let's see here. NFL team. Yeah, the Patriots got the most Super Bowls. The New England Patriots and Pittsburgh Steelers are tied for the most Super Bowl wins in NFL history. Hmm. So they won 6 times, and the Steelers. So both teams, Steelers and the Patriots, have won 6 times each. Wow. Because with those Steelers, it was Terry Bradshaw, of course, with the Patriots, Tom Brady. So Tom Brady was like 199 in the Super Bowl draft, in the not Super Bowl draft, but the NFL draft. And look at him. Cause I don't think they didn't really have their hopes high up for Tom Brady. He was like 199 in the draft. Mm-hmm. Tom Brady draft number. Tom Brady draft pick was 199. So that means he was in the 6th round and he was 199. And look how many Super Bowls he won compared to all the people ahead of him in his class. in that same draft. None of them don't have as many rings as him. So that shows you even at 199, you still can do it. So like look at Shador. He's number 144 in the draft. Honestly, I believe that was done intentional. To me, I don't know. I kept hearing a lot of different stuff. Of course, it's a factor. I think it was a shot at Deion Sanders because I look at all because they say he's arrogant or cocky, but he was just a player who was really confident. He was just that good. So teams want to take it out of him through Shador, but you know what? I think Shador gonna give it back to him, make him pay for that. I thought it was jacked up. At least if he didn't go first round, which I thought he should have went first round, but I thought maybe maybe second round, then third, no, fourth, fifth, he went. No, Shador went. He went 5th round. It's like that's just messed up. And of course, I kept seeing the thing about collusion when they said all the NFL teams got together, you know, gang up, just take it out on Shador, all get together, block him out. I heard he was trying to teach Shador a lesson, humble him. Man, please, him and Deion. Are you serious? Because look at all there was other players out there didn't get that same treatment. You know, it's like, what's the deal? Shador, he didn't do no No wrong, no bad stuff. All field, on field, he's always positive, didn't get in trouble or nothing. They say they don't like his arrogant or whatever. I mean, what team? I think ain't that what a team would want? A quarterback who's confident in himself. So would they rather be happy him come in there and say, "Well, I'm not confident myself. I'm not sure I'm gonna perform." Now, I know what team want to hear that than versus the other. Is that what they saying? They don't want him to be too confident. I didn't know there was like a meter uh, judging how a player should be confident. If you're this confident, we don't like you. Oh my gosh. So I agree, but Shador is either arrogant or confident like his dad. Yeah, I say because I've been following Shador. Here's the thing: I've been following Shador since 2018. This ain't just me jumping on the bandwagon when he was at Jackson State or at Colorado. I started following Shador around 2018 because Deion Sanders had a reality show. It was on the channel, YouTube channel Max Prep. What they do, they go around film high school players, but they gave Deion his own series. It was really good. They followed the start of the season from Shador as a freshman, his freshman year. I think Shador won all 4 years in high school the championship as a quarterback. Yeah. Kim says they want them to be confident, but they don't want them to say it. Yeah. But yeah, and Deion, I know they don't like him because he could talk it and back it up. That's what they hate. And look at what all he did to them quarterbacks. Look how many interceptions he got over the years. Deion, this wasn't new in the NFL. Deion was doing this in college at Florida State University, FSU. He was a Seminole. Deion was doing this back then. You should have seen it. Freshman year, he was doing it. He was doing it all his years in college. Deion was the same way. Yeah. Deion was giving it to them in college, Kim says Muhammad Ali. Yeah, like look at Muhammad Ali. He was confident, Yeah, he stood up for it because my mom loved Muhammad Ali. He stood up for what he believed in, he said he wasn't going to fight the war. They didn't do nothing to him, so they stripped Muhammad. So I guess like they want to try to teach Muhammad Ali a lesson, like they try to teach Deion or whatever, teach him and his son Shador. So they stripped him of his belt because because he wouldn't go to war, fight or whatever. So he had nothing to do with that, I don't get it. And here's another thing I kept hearing play, and from the podcast like ESPN or whatever, they were saying, well, Peyton Manning's dad, Archie Manning, said it. He didn't want his son to go to no team, that wasn't worth it or whatever. And I kept hearing this echo and over about Archie Manning and Peyton. It was the same deal. They didn't get that treatment. So why all of a sudden is Deion and his son, it's Deion, but that's how things go, Mm-hmm. Or if you don't fit that mold of what they're looking for, this damn man. And then Cleveland picked them in fifth round. But yeah, Muhammad Ali, I know people didn't like that. Oh yeah, I know why. Mm-hmm. So it was okay for Archie to say that to his son Peyton, from what I was hearing over and over, but it never fails, And so they trying to say, so they also saying the NFL trying to send them a message, you're not bigger than the shield, NFL shield, we're gonna teach you a lesson. I wonder, did they really teach them a lesson, or they need an ego stroke to make them feel good, like they did something. So they all the NFL owners or whoever all in the background high-fiving each other like it's like little kids at the playground, They felt like they did something big, They back there just high-fiving each other. Yeah, we showed him, man. Some old elementary school stuff. It never fails, man. It's like even people on that level, NFL level, those owners, whatever. It's basically like some high school stuff and elementary school stuff, and it's like it's like it's the same thing. They just older, you know. It's the same old stuff they were doing. They was little or whatever. They gang up on somebody, because they didn't like them or whatever, because they were insecure about themselves. See, that's another thing too. Deion Sanders said, "Don't let my confidence, what he said, offend your insecurities." Some people just they ain't tough. They can't handle it. Deion Sanders, don't let. Yeah, here it is. He said. He said. Don't allow my confidence to offend your insecurity. That's plain and simple right there. He put it right there on Front Street. And that's exactly what they, because he's so confident in himself, it's like they can't pinpoint a weakness, they can't find nothing wrong or weakness. They gotta find some other kind of way to come at you and try to take you down. So like they said, they're trying to like hurt Deion by using his son to get back at him, which is jacked up, if that's the case. But I see right through him too. But that's all right. That's just messed up though, And plus, I was hearing too, they did that. They was doing that also, basically sabotaging Shador, like to keep the ratings up for the draft, because they were saying after the first few picks or whatever, they were saying people might would have not have stayed tuned if Shador was in the first round with Cam Warden and Travis Hunter or whatever. Maybe the ratings wouldn't have stayed up. So basically, I guess they trying to. That's what I was hearing too. Run interference by causing all this chaos to keep the ratings going for the NFL draft. I said that just sucks either way. That's just messed up. If that's the case, like using somebody for the scapegoat or whatever, a sacrifice for some stinking rating. But yeah, like you said, Kim, yeah, I know why. Brothers just America just hate it when they're seeing confident people like that, You can't find nothing on, you can't take them down, so you have to make up something or whatever to try to take them down because your ego or your feelings, whatever, because you wasn't as talented or you didn't do as good, so you mad, you jealous or whatever. That's what jealousy does, and hate, So you have to find a way to try to come up with something to take you down because of their ego. The ego will need to be stroked, which is messed up, Just can't be happy for them. No, it's like evil, That's how some people are. That's just everywhere, So basically, it's like, NFL is like a big high school, You're going to have those jealous ones, those ones who are really good. There's the ones going to be hate. Even the coaches or whatever, I'm sure, probably hating on, Like there was a quarterback who played for the Giants like back in 97 or 98. He had a podcast over the summer. I remember listening to it. He had to chime in on Deion and say something. I said, wait a minute. And I went back and I saw, I see why he really chimed in on Deion. He was hating on him because in that game, that was one of Deion's best games, like career, one of his greatest career games he ever had, and highlights, points, because he kept getting interceptions off of that quarterback for the Giants back in 97 to 98. Let me find the quarterback name because he had to really go in on Deion. So he still got feelings, from over 20 years ago. He's still hurt. His feelings are still hurt. He's really sensitive. So he's still holding a grudge from all those years. Let me see. I'm gonna find the quarterback. He had to put his 2 cents in on Deion. Quarterback, New York Giants. Here it is. Yeah, Danny Cannell. That's it. Danny Cannell. Yep. He kept getting interceptions. Deion, he was killing them. He was on the specials team. Interception. Deion was killing him. And that quarterback, you can see he was mad too. Yeah, if you go back, you can find those highlights it's a highlight reel you can find. Like, look, 1998 Giants football game, Deion Sanders interception. Deion gave it to him. So he had to get in on it. He's still holding grudges from over 20-something years ago. It's like, wow. Yeah, it's deep for some people. Like, I mean, and just look at everything. What's the word? I guess Deion's like a what's the word? Catalyst. Is that the right word? Let's see. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Deion like a catalyst. And he is. Cause look, a lot of football players and teams change their games because of Deion. Quarterbacks, they want to throw a certain side. They want to throw to a certain side of the field because of Deion. Because of Deion. If you go back and look at all those old highlights, yeah. Kim said, Knicks are now only 8 behind with 5 minutes left in the 8th quarter. Uh-oh. But yeah, it's crazy. But you know what? And on top of that, Deion's other son, Shiloh, he was undrafted, but he's going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And the crazy part about it is his defensive coach, Warren Sapp, played for the Buccaneers. So I'm sure that made him proud. So matter of fact, it's 7 altogether. It's 7 players that's going to the draft. I mean, going to the NFL teams from the draft. 2 drafted and 5 undrafted, but it's 7 players altogether going to the NFL from Colorado. And see, on top of that, I can see, even more hate because Deion, look how he's running his school. Deion is doing everything on the up and up, ain't on the up and up, and no underhanded stuff. He actually invested into kids, to the students, making sure they do their homework, what you should be, because Deion told them straight out, maybe like 1 or 2 you might actually make it to the NFL, but he said he's there to coach them on life, make sure to get the education, because that's the thing he stressed. He makes sure those players' grades ain't good, he won't let them play. He's real strict. He's serious about that. Real adamant about it. He letting the players know if you ain't doing your work, you can't play. It's just that simple. He keeps it real with them. He don't sugarcoat nothing. He don't baby it. He just put it right there on Front Street and let you know this how this is. He'll get on players like he won't let some players play because his thing is they got to do their homework. Their grades, keep their grades up, and they got to look at film, make sure they take the time, put in time for film. And like Deion, he got his coaches and the people and the staff make sure these players are doing what they're supposed to do. Because he tell you if you just do what you're supposed to do, he'll work with you, but you got to do your part. You still have to do your part. He can't help you unless you help yourself. And see, that's the thing. Another thing, like positivity. Somebody who's actually wanting to do stuff right, positivity, it's always somebody who's trying to do right and do the good thing, so you get all that flood and hate. Like, look at Martin Luther King. He was real positive, he wanted to see black people and white people, come together. I have a dream speech, and look what happened. Next thing, and he said in his speech, he said he's not worried about what's going to happen. He wasn't afraid, He probably knew it was coming, but he wasn't scared, Look at that, next thing boom, he was good. Gone, It's like, that's the thing I always know. It's like people who are preaching, trying to bring people together and not divide them, It's like that's the way this world is. It's like the more positive people there are, it's like they want to try to get rid of you, for being positive, Like, look at John F. Kennedy, He talking about the American dream and stuff. Family, another person trying to be wanting to bring people together, make things better. Apparently, America didn't want that. Somebody didn't want it. 5 points. Kim said 5 points. Okay. But yeah, it's crazy, man. So look at Bob Marley, same thing. He wanted peace to bring people together, you know. It's like anybody who starts talking about bringing peace, wanting to do positive stuff better for people, it's like, you know, it's just wrong, you know. And then versus like trying to do evil and do the worst stuff you can. It's like that's more supported, and people, you know, have parades around that. You know, the worse and more evil and worse you are, and the more diabolical stuff you can do, you get praised for it than actually trying to do something better for people. You know, it happens. It's every day, and so that's results like with Deion Sanders. Like, look at Deion, which I don't get. When he came to Colorado the season before, they were like 1-11. Nobody pick him up, won't have anything to do with him. So he came in the next season. I think they were like 4 and something. But this year they're like 9-4. I think 4-9. It's crazy, you know, how much I don't get it. He went to a school and nobody want nothing to do with him. Had one of the worst records in college football history. And look what Deion came and did. You know, he didn't have to go there, but you know, he said that's what God, you know, told him where he should go. Make the uncomfortable people feel comfortable. You know, he went to a school that was 1-11 and got all the hate in the world for doing something good, trying to turn the school around, do something better for him. Brought in more money and everything. I was like, wow. That just show you just like, you know. And then, you know, of course, there's always going to be tweets and stuff like on Twitter and Facebook. Like some people get so caught up into it. It's like, you know, they actually think they're actually part of it, you know. It's like they get so caught up in it, you know. Some people actually, you know, think it's part of their lives because they're so busy trying to tear somebody else down. It's like, man, you know. And I guess it goes back to that song by Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror. And like that started coming back to me hearing that, you know. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Yeah. It's just crazy, but that's just how it goes, you know. And, you know, Shador and, you know, Shiloh been, you know, and now the NIL stuff, you know, players getting paid. You know, now I was asking somebody about that other day about the NIL. I said, do you think it messes up? I was talking to a salesman. And actually, I said, you think that NIL messing up the game, football? He said, yeah, because it seemed like it was more passionate. But now I'm seeing a lot of players now, they're more concerned about the money than actually playing. What's that Kim drop? Mary, yeah, that's right. More players are more concerned about money now than actually just playing the game of football, you know, and getting exposed. Now here's one thing on the other hand, I can understand if a player is not happy, you go switch out. But now you just see everybody just bouncing in and out in the portal because, you know, the money, you know, I see all the time. Kim said, that's right. I'm starting with the Man in the Mirror. Awesome song. Yeah. I'm actually change his ways. Yeah. But yeah, that NIL stuff, you know, it's like when that came in, like now players just jump out of portal because they probably wasn't happy with the coach. I can see one thing, but now their money ain't right. So they just it's treated like it's an NFL thing, you know, bouncing in and out in and out of the portals. Like some player, like there's a player or two players. I saw Warren Sapp. There's a thing, the pregame show with Uncle Neely. He does Wednesdays with Warren. And Warren Sapp was just talking about they had an emergency meeting. Because one of the players, I think one of the offensive linemen, defensive lineman players, he was just there. The player that he had a good season, everything with Colorado. Next thing you know, they had to have an emergency meeting. Because he getting in the portal, wanting to leave the school. I was like, what? Yeah, but he said, Warren, Warren Sapp said he was there with that player talking to him. He said treat the kids like they're his babies. He cares about them and everything. He want to see the players, everybody succeed. But that's even with all of that, some still like people are like that. You do everything right, on your part, but it's on them. They want to switch out. They can still not be happy. I see that where players after they left Colorado, like Deion's first year with Colorado, they were making reports saying how Deion Sanders of course, because the ones who didn't do what they were supposed to do, or whatever, what it came down to, That's hard. I was like, man. But apparently, they're gonna stop Deion because Deion, like a marketing genius, he's gonna keep players coming in. And this new lineup he got, these players are really good. And this quarterback, I like him. Juju, he's really good. And now Deion got 7 players because it's Travis Hunter, Shador, Shiloh, Jimmy Horn Jr., Jonte Wester, the other guy. I think it's six or 7 players in the NFL. They go into teams. Ooh, see, look at that. And I know that's really made Deion really proud. 7 of his players, of course, 2 of them his sons, and the rest, the other ones like his sons too. Travis and all them guys like his son. But they all like that. African American coach got kids coming out of the program, positive. Trying to teach them like teach them right from wrong. Give them all tips and advice, how guide, being a guidance for them in their lives, somebody positive for them. Oh, that makes it I bet what, that's probably helped even stir it even more why they didn't like they pulled that stuff with Shador. I mean, would they been happy more if say if Shador came from a single parent home or whatever? I mean, it's like that's like I kind of noticed that it's like what's her name? Malika Andrews. It was an NBA draft a few years ago, and there was this player who he was going drafted to the Charlotte Hornets. So as he coming up on stage, shaking his hand with the NBA commissioner, supposed to be the best day of your life celebration, big milestone. He's shaking his hand with the commissioner, and all of a sudden you hear Malika Andrews out of nowhere start bringing up his bad report of all the stuff that he did. I'm like, wait a minute. I thought you're supposed to be commentating good stuff about the player, bringing up his stats and all that, playing basketball in high school, growing up as a player, this and that. She started bringing up all the bad stuff. She said this was live on the thing. Kim said Knicks leading by 3 to 44 seconds. Knickerbockers. Malika Andrews. I said that ain't the most underhanded stuff. That was just wrong. Just trying to scuff up his NBA draft moment. His good same thing we do at Shador, They don't want to have a good one, so they want to scuff it. So like it'll always be left like that, it wasn't a good one, So they just scuffed the draft and mess up his number. It's like, man. And it's like I wonder if Malika was told to do this from her Kim said lead reduced to the first to 1 at 3. 1 at the free throw line. Now let me see. But yeah, that's some dirty stuff. So you know what? Let's scuff up his draft. But you know what? He just gonna. I say he gonna. Shador just gonna make him pay. Him and Shiloh gonna make them pay. All them players, they gonna make them pay for that stuff. What they did. I'll tell you, man. You laugh and see. Knickerbockers. Nickelodeon. Okay. 24 seconds left. Yeah. Boston 88, Knicks 89. My heart. 24 seconds. Yeah, Knicks up by 1. $19 seconds. Kim says, Grillmaster's on the edge of his seat. Uh-oh. It's at 19 seconds. Oh, I saw the ball bounce on my phone. Boom, boom. They scored 2 points, so now it's 89-90. At 90, the Celtics just scored 2 more points. I'm asking the Knicks to change their ways. No. Yeah, Boston leading by 1. Yeah. 89-90. I see it too. 19 seconds. I had my chance, you see. NYK. I had my chance, you I had my chance, you see. Mm, 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 mm. 18 seconds on the clock. Celtics still up by 1, 89-90. I mean, are they on timeout or something? Because that clock ain't moving. It's stuck on 18 seconds. Oh, now it's at 13 seconds. Bronson fouled. Okay. Tatum went to Duke. Bronson fouled. Tatum. Oh, Tatum plays for oh wait, is it the Celtics? Tatum. Let's see. Oh, now the score is tied. One more field goal to go. 91-90. Uh-oh, Knicks scored a point. Tatum. So Tatum. Oh, Jason Tatum for the Celtics. Oh, you watching the game too, Mama? It's over. 91-90. Game time. Grillmaster happy final. Ooh, they pulled it off by 1. So now the series is 2-1. Conference semifinals. Eastern Conference semifinals. Grill, I bet he is happy now. Tatum, so he went to Duke. Jason Tatum. Mm-hmm. Jason Tatum. Jason. Mm-hmm. I think the only player I actually liked from Duke, only players I liked from Duke was Johnny Dawkins and Grant Hill. Cherokee Parks was all right. Yeah, Spike and Stephen A going crazy. Oh yeah, that's right. Stephen A. I know Spike is a Knicks fan. I forgot. Yeah, Stephen A. is a Knicks fan too. Yeah. Yeah, Stephen A. is a Knicks fan. Forgot about that. Stephen A. Smith. Oh yeah. Hey, mama, you know Spike Lee? He got inducted into the NBA Hall of Fame. Sure did. Spike got inducted to the NBA Hall of Fame. Oh, Mama Kim laughing at what you said. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, cause you know Spike down there on the sideline going crazy with his towel and stuff. You know, his glass. You know, he got all his orange and blue on. Yeah, Spike Lee got inducted to the NBA Hall of Fame as a super fan. Yeah, he got inducted as a super fan. Yep. Yep. Spike Lee is a super fan. Spike Lee. Oh, I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up on the screen. Got a screen on my thing. Here it is. Billy Crystal and Spike Lee take their places at the Hall of Fame as basketball super fans. Okay, I didn't know Billy Crystal was a fan, a big fan. I'm sure he was a big Knicks fan. Crystal wore a sports jacket and slacks, while Lee and Horowitz dressed as they were sitting courtside. Lee with the orange vest over a New York sweatshirt and topped by New York sweatshirt and topped by black Knicks bucket hat, spared with the opposition as if he was in his seat at Madison Square Garden. Yeah, he got voted as a super.
If other vacation rental platforms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Boston has got to feel terrible. They keep running out of gas at the end. Mm-hmm. The Celtics. Yeah, New York going crazy. I bet they are. Yeah, I don't know what's going on because I know all the time Stephen A. Smith always talking about he's a New York's Cowboys fan, and he's a New York Cowboys. He's a New York Knicks fan. I mixed those two together. He's a Knicks fan and he's a Cowboys fan. I say he's a New York Cowboys fan. He's a Knicks fan and a Cowboys fan. He makes it clear too about the Cowboys. Stephen A. Smith. But yeah, Spike is like the biggest fan I know forever. I remember when Spike Lee, him and Reggie Miller always go at it. Reggie be over there on the side tormenting Spike. He be shooting those 3-pointers, do those back-to-back 3-pointers right there in front of Spike's face. Oh, I love it. I like Reggie Miller though, but you know, just when it came down to him and Michael getting into it, you know, I didn't play that. So you know, Michael, I like Michael more at the time. Yeah. Mm-hmm. New York going crazy. New York going crazy. But yeah. Reggie Miller and Michael Jordan, Reggie Miller and Spike Lee. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Spike Lee got voted into the NBA Hall of Fame. So him and Billy Crystal. And the guy who's a super fan for the Seattle Supersonics got voted in as well. Super fan for Seattle, Yeah, I didn't like Reggie in the beginning, but I think over time I started liking Reggie. Yeah, because he's always starting those fights with Michael. That's the main thing I didn't like with Reggie Miller. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I like Cheryl Miller. She's really cool. I like Cheryl Miller. Yeah, Cheryl. She was good. She was good. She was bad at UCLA. I know a lot of WNBA players looked up to Cheryl Miller. Unlike Cheryl Swoops, who hating on Caitlin Clark. I didn't. You know what? And Cheryl Swoop, not Cheryl Swoop, but Cheryl Miller, who's a legend, Olympic medal winner, all of that. I never heard her say one bad thing about Caitlin Clark. I can respect her opinion and stuff more than I would Cheryl Swoops. Cheryl Swoops, all she wanted to do just drag Caitlin Clark. Jealous. See, that's another example of jealousy. Cheryl Swoops are a perfect example. Hating on Caitlin Clark. But yeah, I think Cheryl Swoops got fired too. What she needed to be fired because that's just like it just make no sense, Because Caitlin Clark, all she's doing just help making things better for everybody. It ain't just her, but everything gotten better. But she, like a catalyst, she helped improve, make things, get better, because of her status, it helped everybody, it made better for everybody, improvement, But no, Cheryl Swoops couldn't see that. She had to find some way, just kept nitpicking at her, Yeah, so Cheryl Swoops got a real ugly attitude, You know what? I hope they take her banner down. They should go back and take all her gold medals for that nasty attitude of hers. Cheryl Swoops. They should go snatch all her gold medals. Gold medal. Yeah, she got gold medals. Heifer. She got 3 gold medals. Wait. Has Swoops apologized to Clark? Cheryl Swoops apologized to Caitlin Clark. Huge moment. YouTube one day ago. Man, please. Cheryl Swoops apologized to Caitlin Clark. Huge moment. I don't care about you. You can shove your apology. Kim said they were 20 points behind and still came back to win. Yeah, that's good. That's a really good game right there. They wanted it. Caitlin Clark. The Celtics was 10 for 40 on the free throw. Wow. 10 out of 40. 10 for 40. Crazy. They didn't have Jesus Shuttlesworth on their team, the Celtics. Jesus Shuttlesworth and Antoine Walker. What's his name? I can't think of. They had Ray Allen on there. It would have been a different ball game. 2008 Ray Allen. He would have shut the Knicks down. Jesus Shuttlesworth. He got game. It might sound good. It might feel good. He got game. He got game. Well, I know Cheryl Miller and Reggie used to smack talk each other all the time, of course, playing, points and stuff. But she was really Cheryl Miller was bad. Mm-hmm. She could play. Mm. They just said no team has ever been down by 20 consecutively and won. Oh wow, that's a big achievement for the Knicks. Maybe they'll win again. I didn't have too many problems with Knicks. Well, all the Knicks weren't bad. Actually, some Knicks playing was actually good. Old school Bernard King, old school Patrick Ewing, Hubie Davis, who's the coach for the Carolina Tar Heels. He played for Carolina. He actually played for the Knicks, Hubie Davis. Hubie Davis. I liked him. I actually like Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson played for the Knicks. Of course, like John Starks and Anthony Mason. Yeah. Charles Oakley was okay, but Charles Oakley was a dirty player. Okay. Originally he was with the Chicago Bulls. He played with Michael and Scotty. And Charles Oakley took Scotty under his wing. Then he ended up getting traded and going to the Knicks. But Charles Oakley was a dirty player. He was. Him, Anthony Mason, Starks. Patrick wasn't that bad. He wasn't dirty like those three. Mark Jackson was good. I actually like Mark Jackson. Derek Harper played for the Knicks. Who else? Didn't know Earl of Pearl? He played for the Knicks. Earl of Pearl Monroe. I think Walt Frazier played for the Knicks too. Walt Frazier, old school Walt Frazier. But yeah. What's his name? Greg Anthony played for the Knicks. Yeah, me too. That's the thing. I felt bad for Patrick, but he got a shot at the title. He got to play for the title against the Houston Rockets back in 94. Knicks versus the Houston Rockets. Yeah, we get the thing. He got to play for it, but yeah, I felt bad for him and Charles Barkley. Yeah. I think Patrick had better players, maybe more better players around him, probably. The team wasn't bad. Those players, just they played dirty, but they weren't as dirty as the Pistons. But yeah, Patrick, I felt bad for him. I actually like Patrick Ewing because he came from Georgetown, the Warriors. John Thompson was his coach. Dikembe Mutombo came from Georgetown, and Alonzo Mourning came from Georgetown too. So I think Dikembe Mutombo and Alonzo Mourning played together at Georgetown. Yeah. Yeah. Well, however, Patrick Ewing he's drafted he's in the NBA Hall of Fame. He's a gold medalist. He won without the dream team. So that was good. He got something else out of it, but it's still been nice to see him with a ring. But I think when you get inducted into the NBA Hall of Fame, they give out rings. Yeah, for getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. So if that's the case, I think he's got a ring I think that's the ring to get in NBA Hall of Fame because everybody don't get voted into the NBA Hall of Fame. Everybody make it. Like, look at Robert Horry. He started out with the Rockets. He won 2 rings with them. He played with the Spurs and Lakers. He won with all of them. Robert Horry has 7 rings, but he's not in the NBA Hall of Fame. So it's like on one hand you can get the rings, but not get voted into the Hall of Fame, or have the rings and not get voted, or don't have the rings and get voted into the Hall of Fame. Got to look at Charles Barkley. Him and Patrick Ewing, they both gold medalists. They both had a shot at playing for the title, but they in the like top 50 NBA players all time, and plus they're in the NBA Hall of Fame. Whereas Robert Horry, he probably won't ever get voted into the Hall of Fame. He got 7 rings, but I looked it up. It's like he was snubbed like saying he was like a role player, so that's why it's like for him. I guess it maybe he didn't put up Hall of Fame numbers. Like Tim Hardaway, he finally got voted in. I think he got voted in last year or so. After all these years, he finally got voted into the NBA Hall of Fame. Kim said Charles kept showing up right after the team. Yep, he sure did. His rookie year, was it 84? I think Dr. J, Moses Malone, they just won the NBA championship. Charles came right after they won, and then he was traded to Houston Rockets. He came the year after Hakeem and them won, I think that second NBA championship, 94. He got switched though. He got traded. He left. He got traded from Phoenix and got traded to Houston. He came. That's twice that happened to Charles Barkley. He came the year after twice. First with the Sixers and then with the Rockets. So man, he got a double whammy. So of course on what's the NBA Inside with Shaq, Kenny, Ernie, and Charles. Shaq sticks it to Charles every chance he gets. He sure does. He always say, Charles, you can't be in this conversation because you don't have a ring. Because him and Kenny has rings. Kenny got Kenny Smith, who's another Tar Heel. He got his rings with both years with the Rockets when Michael had left 90, 94, 95. Yeah, sure did. Kenny Smith. Kenny Smith played. I think he played with Michael. Kenny was another good player. He was a good 3-point shooter. He's bad at 3-pointers. He was Kenny Smith. Mm-hmm. Yep. But yeah, Shaq always stick it to Charles about that. Now Kenny don't do that, but Shaq, because Shaq and Charles, they act like brothers. They fight like brothers all the time. And I see why they have their seating arrangement the way they do on the show. Shaq is on the far left, then Ernie, then Kenny, then Charles. So they got both of them on the ends, which is a good strategy. So they get heated and ready. They ready to go at it. Mm-hmm. I know one time they brought up an old highlight on Inside NBA, and they showed Charles and Shaq going at it about the fight. Yeah, I saw Shaq throwing a right hook or whatever. He missed Charles, but Charles was throwing a hook. And then, it brought up old feelings, and they got into it over there on the show. I said, why they had to show that? They had to stir somebody in the control room wanting to stir up some stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the Inside NBA, I'll watch it just because of them. I don't really watch highlights NBA. I just watch, if it comes to basketball, I'll just go look for Inside NBA with Shaq and them. Mm-hmm. It's much more fun listening to them or when they have guests on the show. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he played with the Phoenix Suns. He went to the championship with the Suns against Michael Jordan in 93. I remember that series too, that 93 series. Oh my gosh. That was like the best series I ever saw. It was Charles Barkley, Kevin Johnson. You can't forget Dan Marley with those 3-pointers. They went into 2 or 3 overtimes with the Bulls. That was like one of the best series I ever remember watching. I remember us at home, me and my folks, we at home. They might have been in the living room. I think I was in my room watching TV, but that series, my gosh, they were going at it. It's like 2-1 overtime, 2 overtime. I think it was like 3 overtimes. Let me see. I know it was at least 2 overtimes because they were really duking that game out. The Bulls and the Suns. Kim said I just finished watching them. Shaq and Kenny was squared inside NBA. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. 90. Let's see here. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, that's crazy. Shaq and Kenny square dancing. That's funny. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's crazy. Mm-mm. Shaq and Kenny. I like the thing they would do, the Christmas tradition. Kenny would run Shaq into the big Christmas tree. You know, Shaq is like 7 feet tall, so that tree was just like a little taller than him, than Shaq. And Kenny would run and slam into the tree every year for Christmas. Their mothers got involved too. Really? Oh, and the square dancing. Let me see. Get him, Kenny. Get him, Kenny. Mm, mm. Shaq and Kenny. Square dance. Square dance. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna take a look now. Shaq and Kenny Smith dance on Inside the NBA. I see it. That's too funny. And so they make it really fun to watch, you know. I'll take them over Stephen A, ESPN, all of them. I'll take those four over anybody's sports cast show all day. Oh, Shaq even got some boots on. Okay. That's funny. Charles got his cowboy hat on. Kim said no. Shaq and Charles Muller told him to squash. Oh, get involved. Okay. Oh, the mamas had to get involved. Oh, I see. Oh, Shaq and Charles Muller told him to squash the mess. They had enough. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sure they didn't want to hear that. So yeah. The mama's good on. Oh wow, Charles' mom, she passed in 2015. She was 73. Charles. I remember Charles Barkley mama was telling a story. Charles had needed a blood transfusion, and she said at that blood transfusion, next thing you know, Charles started getting bigger and tall. She said maybe it was something in that blood transfusion that caused Charles to grow big, grow tall. I remember that years ago. His mom was saying that about him. That blood transfusion was something in there that made him grow big, get big. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Charles Barkley, he played for Auburn. Shaq played for LSU, where Angel Reese played for. Kenny, of course, Kenny Smith played for Carolina. Ernie played for nobody. Ernie Johnson, he played for TNT. He played for Ted Turner. So Shaq's rookie year, he went to Orlando, then traded to the Lakers. Then he got traded. He won with the Lakers, then he got traded to Miami. He won with Miami. I think after he got traded from Miami, he went to either the Celtics or Phoenix or Cleveland. It seemed like all those teams, Cleveland, Phoenix, and the Celtics, he played like for 1 year or so or something with them. He didn't stay long. He played for like a year. So, yep. Mm-hmm. Promise me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Good old Ernie. But yeah. I seen Charles and Shaq wrestle. Shaq grabbed Chuck, throw him down on the ground and wrestle. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they play like brothers, acting all the time. They argue, bring up old basketball scores. Boy, they both two competitors, you know, and they take the game of basketball serious. They don't even play no, you know what? Those two don't even play basketball no more, and they take the game more serious than some of these players who are playing in the NBA with contracts and everything. Those two take it serious. They don't even play no more. They former players, but they still take it serious. That's just show you they how much deep the love of the game and competition, you know. He was traded to Papa John's. Shaq. That's right. He owns Papa John's. He owns a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Traded to Papa John's, Shaq. Yeah, I kind of remember Shaq like back in 93, 94. Me and my uncle, who I found out, we've been at it since like 93, 94. He was I can't, Duke fan. It hurts to say it. Oh, a Duke fan. I didn't like I didn't like Christian Laettner. Bobby Hurley was okay. I didn't like Christian Laettner. I didn't like Shane Battier. Oh, I couldn't stand him. Found out, Kyrie Irving played for Duke. I really don't care for Kyrie Irving. He's all right, but Grant Hill and Johnny Dawkins main players I like. Actually, Cherokee Parks was actually all right. Cherokee Parks wasn't bad. But that Christian Laettner, only reason Christian Laettner even got on the dream team because Duke had just won the championship, college championship, and they was on the Grant Hill was on the Sports Illustrated. See him catching the alley hoop or whatever, but and Christian Laettner hit that game shot, the winning shot to win the championship, I think over Kentucky, but let me forget him. Shaquille O'Neal is a member of the Papa John's board of directors and owns 9 stores in Atlanta. Woo! Money. That's a big deal right there. But yeah, Christian Laettner. That's the only reason Shaq should have been, but no, I think I found out. I think Shaq had already been drafted into the NBA. He was already in the NBA, so it had been too late for him. But man, anybody but Christian Laettner. And I think that's the only time they ever did that, allowing a college player to play with the pro NBA players, Mm-hmm. That's crazy, man. Mm-hmm. Christian Laettner. Just something about him. They even had like a documentary on Christian Laettner a few years ago. It was something. Let me see. Christian Laettner. I don't know. Just something about Christian Laettner. I couldn't take him serious. Here it is. The documentary came out in 2015, 10 years ago. I hate Christian. I hate Christian Laettner. That came out 10 years ago. It was watched 30 for 30. I hate Christian Laettner. Oh, dog. I thought it was something a little different, but I didn't realize it was that. So that came out 10 years ago. I just couldn't take Christian Laettner serious. And one day I remember seeing a little boy. I was at Blockbuster Video. I like how he was saying it. He kept saying "pretty boy" Shane Battier, like he was cracking on him. A little kid. He had to be in elementary school, maybe second or third grade. He kept saying Shane Battier, pretty boy. He was cracking on Shane. I should have went over there and high-fived that little kid. I should have said, "Yeah, that's right." Kim saying because Michael couldn't stand Isaiah. Yeah, I think that's true because somebody asked Magic Johnson that question, why was Isaiah Thomas not on the team? They asked him a question. Magic didn't answer. He just kind of laughed. He laughed at it or whatever. Smiled and kind of laughed about it. He didn't really give no answer. So that's what I heard. Because I was hearing like Michael say he wouldn't play if Isaiah was on there or something. He wasn't gonna play at all or whatever. Or no, wait, yeah, he wasn't gonna play. And on top of that, was it Chuck Daly? Of course, Chuck Daly was the coach for the Pistons, and I'm sure that probably hurt Coach Daly, Chuck Daly. Isaiah like his best player on the team, because that was Isaiah's coach, Chuck Daly, So it had to be either Chuck or Isaiah. I think that's what I was hearing. It either came down to be a Chuck or Isaiah. So it had to be Isaiah who had to go. Chuck Daly. Yep. So Chuck Daly was the coach for the Dream Team. Dream Team. Dream Team. Yep. But I still wouldn't been surprised, but it probably would have made a difference. Isaiah on there, But I know that heat of rivalry between Michael and Isaiah and the Pistons and Bill Laimbeer, all the stuff that went down between them. So that I'm sure that didn't help at all. That didn't help none at all, but But I guess that's something that always go down as what if Isaiah had been on the Dream Team? Yep. But you'll never find Michael and Isaiah. Actually, Isaiah wasn't bad, but I think he was a dirty player too. To Isaiah, he was a skill player. Life ain't fair. Yeah, that's true. Life ain't fair. That's the way that cookie just crumbled. Yeah. Isaiah, he was from Chicago too. Man, he Chi-Town, Isaiah Thomas. It's a wonder he didn't go to Chicago or something because he played for but he went to Detroit, so he was happy in Detroit. Yep, Isaiah Thomas, John Sally, Vinny the Microwave Johnson, Stinking Bill Laimbeer, Rick Mahorn, of course Joe Dumars. Actually, Joe Dumars wasn't too bad of a player. I actually kind of like him, Joe Dumars, some. Vinny Johnson, calling Microwave. Kim said he would receive a gold medal. That's all. He would have received a gold medal. That's all. Yeah, Isaiah. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. Mm-mm-mm. Yep. Chuck Daly. Mm. Yeah, that's the way the cookie crumbles. But oh yeah, thank you. Mm-hmm. Allergies. That pollen. I've been seeing pollen blowing all over the place, all over the world, all over the world. Mm-hmm. Pollen. Yeah, I wish this weather would make up its mind. Yesterday it was like 46 when I woke up or something the morning before. It's like good. Oh, goodness. So tomorrow it's supposed to be 54 degrees, rain. Mm-hmm. Yep, 54 degrees, 50% chance of rain. Friday, 44 degrees, low, high 66. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the weather here just all jacked up. It's May. I guess it's getting better, but my gosh, yeah, the weather here, I don't like it. I ain't gonna stand for it. Nah, 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 nah. Well, it's cold and wake up. It's hot and it's cold. I gotta get up. It's freezing. It's winter. Getting up. It's winter in May. Yeah, it was like 40 something or the day before. It was freezing. Waking up, it was like 46 in the morning. Oh my gosh. I would never understand this weather here. Mm-mm. Yeah, the weather's just too much. I had enough of this weather. Mm-hmm. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. uh, uh, All right, so I appreciate my mom coming on here, Miss Kim Blaine Bar, Jaden Griffin, Saren coming on here, Max Charles, Yoro coming on here. Who else? Well, yeah, okay, Mama. I'm glad you're on here. Yeah, all right. Love you, Mama. I was tired too. I was tired. So, as Don Cornelius say on Soul Train, peace, love, and soul. do, 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 do. All right. So, I appreciate everybody coming on here. So, I'll catch you next week, same time, same channel. Peace out. Dun, 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 dun. Soul trains are coming.